Alright, we're now live on YouTube once again. This is Alpha TV making a hashtag significant better. Right? Good evening, Alpha Nation, to our Team Zoom and Team YouTube. Yan, kindly comment. Good evening, Alpha Nation. So let me see if we have viewers on YouTube right now. Alright, guys, get ready to have your snacks and drink and find the perfect place in your comfortable home right now and become hashtag significantly better for sustainable and accessible lifelong learning together. So, all right. So today's event is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partners, of course. First is CIE Review, IXL CIE Review Center. So you can get an additional 500 off if you are a graduate of any Alpha programs. IXL. And then Blessed is said about the product we sell, but the words we share. Blessed PH, stay blessed. Startup Podcast PH. To us, the first Filipino cloud-based analytics platform, so you can get free 90-day trial offer. Just visit their website at alphaquos.com for more updates. All right. Good evening again, Alpha Nation. And ayan, kaway-kaway sa Team Zoom natin and YouTube. Welcome again to Alpha TV in pursuit of knowledge and continuous improvement with ASEX PH Academy. I'm Engineer Melanie Madrigal, the Chief Marketing Officer of ASEX PH, and we are all happy to have you here tonight. And of course, our very special guest. So without further ado, it is my pride and honor to introduce to you our guest speaker for tonight. All right. He is a graduate of Bachelor's of Science in Industrial Engineering at University of San Carlos. Currently, he is studying Master in Engineering Industrial Engineering at University of Windsor, starting this month of August 2022. A production engineer at Timex Group, production supervisor at Timex, and then industrial engineer at Knowles Electronics Philippines. A certified industrial engineer. And hold on, guys, he is just the top 2 for the CIE 12 examination. So everyone, please help me welcome our guest for tonight, none other than Engineer Troy Jan Aguhar for the topic Alpha TV Continuous Improvement Application to the Industry. Hi, Sir Troy Jan. First.
Thank you. Okay. So let me start my presentation.
Sure.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. This evening, we're going to talk about continuous improvement industry applications. Okay. Oh. Quick background of me, your speaker. I am a very young engineer and I still have around 2 years in the industry, but I'm blessed to be in very good organizations such as Knowles Electronics Philippines and Timex Group. Now I'm embarking on a new journey to take my master's abroad, but before that I am honored to be the speaker tonight, and it is one of my very favorite topics, which is continuous improvement. So for my perspective, how do I describe continuous improvement? I would say that during my work experience at Knowles and at Timex, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner was actually continuous improvement or Kaizen. In Cebuano, we would say, pamahaw, paniudto, panihapon, nanako ang Kaizen. And in Filipino or Tagalog, almusal, tanghalian, at hapunan yung Kaizen. Okay? So, I might say Kaizen is food. So, continuous improvement or Kaizen is food, but actually continuous improvement or Kaizen is a lifestyle. Okay. So Kaizen or continuous improvement. What does it do and how do engineers contribute to Kaizen in the industry? So we always hear during our college years, maybe, or at seminars, Kaizen this, continuous improvement, and Kaizen that. But for this evening, I'm not going to dwell more on the theory behind Kaizen, but more on the applications and my perspective of Kaizen at work and in the industry. So we will start with understanding the impact of Kaizen from the customer's perspective, next to the business perspective, then lastly, the engineer's perspective. So let's start with the customer's perspective. Okay, for our customer perspective, my example scenario is planning a dinner date with your partner with a budget of 7,000 pesos. So, ang daming pera niya. I apologize in advance for those who cannot relate on either having a partner or having 7,000 pesos budget for a date. But anyways, when you plan, you must include in your plan for the place, the food, the letter for the words you cannot convey, and your gift for your partner. So for the place and the food, you're going to budget 2,000 pesos for a candlelight dinner at your house or at your condo, social, and prepare food for your partner. So for the dinner date, your estimate is that you will spend 2,000 pesos for the preparation. Next, you will make a letter. Please don't use ChatGPT in making your letter. You must make an effort to make your own letter and it must be from the heart. Okay? Next is now you're left with 5,000 pesos and to spend for your gift. You want to purchase a pair of sandals for your gift to your girlfriend. You went to the mall and you look at the sandals that are in display. The prices are as follows. So you can type in the chat box here in Zoom which of these sandals you would purchase with the 5,000 pesos left for your budget. Any brave souls? 3-5. Okay, just choose from A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, H. Okay, more are from F and E. F. Okay. G, meron ng G. E, okay. So most of the choices are here in E, F, G, and H. Oh, wala. Meron nagsabing wala. Okay. Okay, so most likely your choices would be from E, F, G, and H. And you wouldn't purchase something you can't afford, right? So, complete. So your set for your dinner date is already complete. You have chosen your gift and all. So let's proceed to the business perspective. Right. Okay. So business perspective of the retail store. Okay, now, as can be seen in the chart, most of the purchases would be at company E and F. In the chat box also, most of the choices were from E and F. Okay. And there's some that are purchased at company G and H. Okay, so now as can be seen in the chart, the sales for companies E and F are way above A, B, and C, D. So as a retail store, you don't really have to understand why companies A and B and C and D are underperforming. You just know that you don't need to purchase anymore from those companies because there are no sales for these products. And from the chart alone, you will understand that you have to purchase another stock of company E and F because it's going to be sold out for July and for G and H so that you can sell more for the coming months. So now we're going to proceed to the business perspective of the manufacturing company. Okay. Okay, so for the business perspective of the manufacturing company, if you were company EF and GH, restocking of products at the retail store is needed. So there is an assured sales for the following month. And most probably you have full pack production for companies EF and GH. But if you were in company A, B, and CD, no restocking of products are needed because the sandals, they weren't sold. This can be seen in the chart. And probable sales for August is also 0. So most probably there will be no production for your manufacturing company. And this means that operations or the plant may need to shut down for August. So let's proceed. So if you were company EF, you would want to maintain your status of being the price leader and the top choice for your customers. If you were company GH, you'd maintain the status of having the most gross profit and try to gain competitive edge against company EF. But if you were companies A, B, and CD, you would really look for a way to get back to the competition. So you would be able to compete with EF and GH. Okay. Now we're at the engineer's perspective. So imagine if you are in the company EF, GH, AB, or CD. If you were an engineer in these companies, the bottom line is that you would really need to improve always, continuous, so that you would maintain the status of being the price leader, or either you want to get back to competition if you're in A, B, and CD. Okay, so the X factors for a company to compete in the market is or are these two: cost and differentiation. So cost by lowering the price without affecting profit margin or markup rate. Differentiation by creating unique products. So if you are an engineer, you really have to find a way to lower down your cost or to create unique products within your company. But for this session, I'm going to dwell more on cost, on lowering the price rather than differentiation, because it's more on design thinking, and cost is more on continuous improvement. So let's just follow. Okay. So quick disclaimer. We are now at my perspective. So these are usually the Kaizen tools that are used in the industry or the previous companies that I have worked with. So value stream map, 5 Whys, PDCA, A3s, and Gemba. All of these tools, they remove waste. They remove waste from your process, and consequentially, we will find out that this or removing waste will actually help the company get back to competition. Okay, so let's start with value stream map. So you might have seen this already before. If you have classes about value stream map, and it's a comprehensive way of identifying wastes in your process by looking at the overview of the value stream of your company. So, for example, the customer will purchase, and production control will schedule the purchase to the processes, and the schedule will be followed. So these processes will um, create the product that is going to be delivered to the customer. So it's end to end for this one, from raw materials to customer. And we will be able to see the cycle time, the changeover time, the uptime, and the lead time, the total lead time of these processes. So if you go over this corner, the total lead time is 65 days. And the value adding time is only 17 minutes. So milling, which is 2 minutes, welding is 5 minutes, painting is 7 minutes, and assembly and inspection is 2 minutes. Okay. So if you try to create a value stream map, you identify processes that does not contribute to the value of the product. So what are the steps if you try to create a value stream map? First and foremost, you have to form a team, because you can't do this alone. This is end to end. This is from customer to raw materials. So if you're doing it alone, you may not have access to information that are from other departments, such as supply chain or logistics. It's a part of supply chain. Okay. Mostly on supply chain. Okay. So you really have to form a team. This can't be done alone. And you have to find the key persons that will aid you to create this value stream map. Next is that you create the current stream map. So you have to create a value stream map of your current process. Don't go directly to what stream you want to happen. So currently, this is the value stream map that I have. And you have to measure everything. You have to measure the cycle time, changeovers, uptimes, and complete this value stream map before you draft a future state map. So for the future state map, here you would put in the inputs that you want to change in the value stream and try to improve it. So for now, the lead time is 65 days. And for the future state, just for an example, you want it to be only 60 days. Okay. Next is that you commence the improvement plan, and then project closure and controls. This is also very important, so that all those improvements that you will add to the value stream map will be realized and will continue to be realized in the future. So this is a very comprehensive process, and our target is to remove these 8 deadly wastes in our process, which is downtime, defects, overproduction, waiting time, not utilized talent, transportation, inventory, motion, and excess processing. You have to find all these wastes within your value stream and try to improve it. Okay. So we're going to take a step down from a very comprehensive tool to a much simpler tool. So in a value stream, you would try to look at which of the processes is the bottleneck. So I think it would be painting. Milling is 2 minutes. The cycle time for milling is 2 minutes. And the changeover time is 60 minutes. Welding is 5 minutes. And changeover time is 45 minutes. Painting cycle time is 7 minutes. And changeover time is 40 minutes. Assembly and inspection is cycle time is 3 minutes. And changeover time is 35 minutes. So most probably, our bottleneck would be painting, since it would take 7 minutes to create a product or to process a product in the painting process. So what can we do for the painting process? Let's take a step down and use PDCA. So the current cost, for example, the cycle time is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and 3 minutes. You are to produce 100 units for each. So the total minutes for you to produce 100 units in the milling process is 200 minutes. For welding, it would be 500 minutes, and painting is 700 minutes. For assembly and inspection, it would be 300 minutes. And the hours to produce for 100 units are also seen in the next column. So as you can see, painting takes 11.67 hours for 100 units, and the cost per hour is a staggering 1,500 pesos. And the total cost that you're going to have to produce 100 units is 17,500 pesos. So this is the current cost. Now we're going to use PDCA, right? So that we would be able to improve the painting process. So the Plan, Do, Check, Act is a cycle, and it's a much simpler tool that is constantly being used in the industry to do something or to improve something. So for example, you plan. Your plan is to reduce the cycle time of painting process by 10%. You do, so you improve by optimizing the process. We will get to it on the next slide. You check, you compare the observations between the new and the existing process. And then you act, you implement effective changes and brainstorm for the next target. Okay. So as you can see here, this is the spray process. Material preparation for the spray process is 1 minute. Picking up of the spray gun, it's 0.25 minutes, maybe around 15 seconds. Spraying is 3 minutes. Cleaning of clogs at spray gun is 0.7 minutes. Spraying again is 0.75 minutes. And loading of unit to UV cure is 0.3 minutes. And UV curing of spray is 1 minute. So the total processing time is 7 minutes. Now you look at the process. Which of these processes are part or are value adding to the product? Probably material preparation is not value adding because you're not putting anything to the product. You're just preparing your materials. But it may be incidentally necessary because you have to prepare your products to use or to process, to do the process. So it's not really value adding, so it's non-value adding. Picking up of spray gun, does it add value to your product? I don't think so because you just pick up the spray gun, right? So it's non-value adding. It's another non-value adding task that is being done in the process. Spraying, it's 3 minutes. So is it value adding or non-value adding? It's supposed to be value adding because you're already spraying a paint to your product. Cleaning of clogs at spray gun, 0.7 minutes. Does it add value to your product? I don't think so. Spraying again, it adds value to your product. Loading of unit to UV cure, it may be necessary so that we could process it in the UV curing machine, but it doesn't really add value to your product. So it's also non-value adding. And UV curing of spray, it does add value to your product by hardening your spray or drying up your paint. UV curing of paint. That's supposed to be paint. Okay. So you'll ask yourself, which of these tasks could you improve? But for this example, I'm just going to proceed with cleaning of clogs at spray gun. Doesn't really add value to your product. You just try to clean the clogs at your spray gun. Now we're going to use another tool for Kaizen, the 5 whys. It's really notorious. You just have to use 5 whys for everything, right? So 5 whys. We have to look for the technical root cause and the systemic root cause. So the first why would be, why do we need to clean the clogs at the spray gun? Because there are clogs that occur in the spray gun every 2 minutes of usage, which causes the spraying to stop. Okay. That's why we need to clean the spray gun, because the spraying will stop with all those clogs in the gun. So the next why would be, why are there clogs in the spray gun? Because the paint used in spray has foreign particles. Why are there foreign particles in the paint? So now you get to the technical root cause. So because the paint is exposed to open environment. Okay. So the paint is exposed to open environment. So why are the paint exposed to open environment? Because there is no clean area for the paint to be stored. And lastly, for the systemic root cause, wait, the thumbnail. Why are there no clean areas for the paint? Because it was not part of the plan or standard to have a clean area dedicated for storage of paint. So you get down to this systemic root cause, and you also found out the technical root cause. Usually, if you apply an improvement to the technical root cause, it will occur again, unless you are able to solve the systemic root cause. Okay, so if you're going to just put a cover to your paint, it's still exposed to open environment when you open it. For the systemic root cause, if you create a clean area for your paint, I'm sure the foreign particles, they will never go back to the paint again. Okay, so next. Because as an engineer, you would try to solve this technical root cause and systemic root cause first before you're going to implement what you're going to do next. So now that you have resolved those technical root cause and systemic root cause, instead of processing your products for 7 minutes as spray, you will only have to process your products for 6.3 minutes in the spray process. So what does this entail? You have improved your cost. So at painting, you only have 6.3 minutes, and the total minutes to produce at the painting process would only be 630 minutes if you produce 100 units. and your total cost would be only 15,750. And your your total cost in comparison with the existing process. So before you spent 42,500 pesos to produce 100 units of sandals, after you spent only 40,750 pesos to produce 100 units of your sandals. So might say, 1,000, 1,007, 1,750. So you save 1,750 for each 100 units of sandals. Imagine the impact if you were to produce thousands of units of sandals. You just have to multiply your savings to the number of units of sandals that you will produce. So it will magnify with the amount of units that you are going to produce. So next is that A3 method. So for the A3 method, I don't usually use this because it takes time. So the A3 method is usually used when the problem or the project needs a more detailed investigation, action, and corrective actions and improvement. But if you were to use an A3 method, you would just use one A3 paper. So you would write your background, your current state, your goal, and then the fishbone analysis. After that, the action plan. So there are much more actions needed to be done in an A3 in comparison with just one PDCA. So just imagine that for an A3, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 PDCAs that are being done in one A3. So it's a more detailed, a more comprehensive approach against PDCA, but we still do use this when the problems are bigger than we anticipated. But most of the time, we use PDCA because it's simpler and improvements are introduced to the process faster. So improvement assessment. This is like the app in PDCA where you check your improvement against the current state. There's always that checking after a project. Next is Gemba. So young engineers, we live at the war zone. We live at the front lines. We don't stay at the office. Okay, so Gemba is usually used for management and frontline. So the management will go to the front line to see what is happening in the production floor or the operations area. And you as young engineers or me as a young engineer, I should always be prepared for a Gemba. And it's important that when the management does Gemba, you are ready to present with your improvement actions or your improvement suggestions for the area. So the Gemba is your chance for you to be able to convey what you want to suggest to the management. So it's important that a company will have a Gemba. And it's part of the Kaizen tools that are very, very important to the industry. So the impact. So remember that we only improve one process and one waste. What if the whole VSM, the whole value stream map was improved. You may be able to save millions of pesos if you were to able to tackle all the processes: milling, welding, painting, assembly, and inspection. Even those in between tasks that are being done in milling, welding, painting, assembly. If you are in supply chain, then you could find ways to reduce your cost and maybe the receiving end, or your logistics to the customer end. So if you tackle the whole value stream, you can save millions, not just thousands, but millions. So what are the crucial points that you need to incorporate when using Kaizen tools? So it is very important that the whole organization is involved in Kaizen. Because if it's only you, I don't know, maybe you would save a couple of thousands, and um, you you'll never go back to the competition if you were in those companies without sales. And it is very important that you embrace change. So change may be a little bit tiring because there's a new thing that you need to do again, and constantly changing, it may be exhausting, but this is um the industry that we live in right now. And if you want to survive in this industry, you have to compete. And if you want to compete, you have to change. And that's all for um, this seminar or webinar. If you have questions, then you could ask.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Troyzon, for that informative and detailed presentation. Well, I really enjoyed this topic, by the way. So our Q&A part for Alpha TV is officially here now. So make sure you can make the most out of it, guys, since Engineer Troyzon, our top 2 CIE passer, of course, is here and lending his precious time for us. Let me just share again. All right, guys, you may type in your question on the comment section below, and I'll check then if we have some on YouTube. Guys, you may also raise your hand if you want to speak and ask your question directly to our guests. All right, I think our participants are a bit shy right now, but while waiting for our questions, may I request everyone to please open your cameras for our quick photo op. Yan, para makapag-isip din ng mga gusto po nilang i-question for our guests. Can you open your camera, guys? Sorry, missing a phone. Sorry guys, I'm nakamute pala. Kanina pa ako nagsasalita. But anyway, guys, do you have your question about na ready right now? All right. Medyo shy talaga ang ating participants, pero I'm very impressed with the topic, and also we had a lot of participants right now. We reached our limit sa Zoom. So, ayan, yung iba ay nasa YouTube na lang. So, just a reminder, guys, if this happen next time, so we're having weekly Alpha TV every Friday, 7 p.m. If hindi kayo maka-join because na-reach na yung limit like this session, so you can still join Alpha TV by joining sa YouTube. Just make sure you have your Zoom link fill out already. All right. So, ayan, wala talaga pong question. But, sir, our Engineer Troy John, may we know where we can connect or reach out to you if ever our participants have questions naman?
Okay, so you can connect with me through LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn name is still Troy Jan Agujar. I'll send the link here to the chat.
Ayan, thank you so much, Engineer. So, ayan, medyo shy lang talaga ang ating
Ay.
participant.
Wait. New profile. This one. www.linkedin.com Troyjan-Agujar. If you have any questions, you could reach out to me.
All right, guys, let's connect with Engineer Troy John Agujar on LinkedIn. So just a reminder, everyone, don't forget to fill out the evaluation form later because it will serve as your slot to get your e-certificate. And the link will automatically close after 30 minutes of today's session. So now I think we're near on the last part of our event. This is the time we may say thanks to our guest, Engineer Troy John, for tonight. So just chat it on the chat box below.
Thank you also to everyone for listening to me.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Troy John, on behalf of everyone here. Ayan, sobrang thankful nila for your time and your topic. And ayan, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Once again, on behalf of Alpha Family, thank you so much, Engineer Troy John Agujar, for tonight's another episode of Alpha TV. All right. And thank you, everyone. Thank you. Let me check if we have some on YouTube. So, ayan. Thank you din sila on YouTube. So, ayan. Judy May, Cristito, Jason Nandicho. All right. So today's event is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partners. Of course, IXL CIE Review Center, you can get an additional 500 off if you are a graduate of any Alpha Premium program. That said, to us, the first Filipino cloud-based analytics platform, so you can get your free 90-day trial offer for TUOS. Just visit their website at alpha2os.com for more updates. And of course, Startup Podcast PH. So please follow ASLEX PH Academy on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And you may also visit our website at www.aslexph.com. So we're offering a lot of free courses and other premium programs. So let me just promote some later. Okay. Hold on. Why? Ayan. So another way you can effectively learn and be #significantly better with us is by enrolling now on our online courses. and self-paced programs. Of course, the Yellow Belt Certification Program. This is the entry level to Lean Six Sigma practice. So basic diagnostic and quality tools and techniques are taught in this program. So you may join the next round this August 26 until September 3. So the enrollment is still open for this right now. So we also have, the self-paced Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification program for only 2,990 pesos. Next one, we have the project management fundamental certification. So this online course is designed to understand or adopt strategic mindset and grow confidence in making project decisions in an increasingly volatile and uncertain world, of course. So you may join the next run on August 26. That's only for 2,490. And of course, the Green Belt. This is highly focused on problem solving, process analysis, and project management for only 20,000. And then the self-paced version is 14,990. By the way, guys, self-paced is the version of our courses that you can finish anytime, anywhere you want. And then the Black Belt Lean Six Sigma certification program for only 75,000 pesos. And then Kaizen Professional. By the way, guys, we also have our self-paced version of Black Belt certification program. So Kaizen Professional or CKP, Data Engineer. All right, guys. Next, we will have our Binhi event tomorrow, so August 19 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is open for all professional job seekers and also students out there. So for the morning, we will have our career fair. The host company is around 21 companies, and then in the afternoon session, we will have this very reputed lineup of resource speakers. They are Philippines top 30 LinkedIn leaders on LinkedIn. And then we will have our aklat. So basically we'll have a package of a lot of self-paced courses, and we'll give them for only 90% off. And of course, this is the list of self-paced program. Ayan, guys, I'll give the evaluation form later for your attendance. And of course, if you support lifelong learning, this is perfect for you guys. Alpha or ASEX PH Academy is looking for partners and ambassadors. So you may visit our website at www.asexph.com/courses. And all right, I think we're here, guys. Ayan. I-paste ko lang yung evaluation form, guys. Don't forget to answer this because it will serve as your attendance for tonight. Ayan. And also on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone. So, ayan, I hope maka-attend din kayo sa ating program tomorrow. That's Binhi, open for all job seekers, young professionals, and students. So, let me just paste it also, yung link for Binhi event tomorrow. By the way, Binhi event is absolutely free. So let me just paste the primer and the registration link here. Binhi event is different from the evaluation forum, guys. So all right. Sorry guys, I'm having difficult time right now because I'm the one for doing the tech. All right, I think that would be all for this event. And we hate to say goodbye, everyone. But in every beginning, there is always an end. But don't be sad, everyone. We just hope to see you again next Friday, same time, 7 p.m., for another exciting topic for Alpha TV session and free webinar like this. Once again, this is Alpha TV making you hashtag significantly better. Stay safe, everyone, and good night.